I mean, we should be a re-energized group. Should have some good legs. We definitely want to focus on getting off to a good start. Having not played in 4 days. I think I had a couple good days of practice, and I think the start tonight will be really key for us.
I know you've only played him a couple times, but what have been your impressions of Quinn Hughes so far?
Yeah, he's a special player. He makes a lot happen out there. He's extremely deceptive, great skater. He might not be the biggest guy, but he's not easy to hit. So he's a guy you got to be aware of when he's out there. He makes a lot happen for that team on both ends of the ice.
And last one here, we'll go to Mike Cogello, Hockey Buzz. Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, Auston. This time next year, the NHL players will likely be headed to Beijing for the 2022 Winter Olympics. Obviously, you're focused on this year with the Leafs and success in the playoffs, but you've played internationally for the U.S. at the World Junior. How much are you looking forward to that experience next year?
Yeah, it's something that I think everybody, just to be able to represent your country, it's always an honor no matter where you're from. So, try not to look too far ahead, but just, thinking about the opportunity to go over there and compete and play for your country, especially at the stage of the Olympics. It's extremely exciting. It's one of the many things I think as a hockey player growing up that you kind of, dream of doing is playing in the Olympics and representing your country. So, hopefully it all happens and, we get to the opportunity to compete over there and, hopefully it all works out.
Well, I think as a team, we had a chance to work on a couple of things that we felt were important. And I think most importantly, we got some rest. I think all teams are dealing with a tough schedule right now, either because you're playing a lot, with not a lot of break, or because you've been put on hold. Either way, there's some adjustments that have to be made. So I think in our case, it's a good chance to get some rest and just work on a couple of things that we felt are important after that trip. So I think that we're happy with the 2 days of work that we've had, and I think we're looking forward to getting going again.
Auston's scored in 5 straight. What is kind of standing out to you about the way he's playing of late?
Yeah, he's playing with a lot of confidence. Obviously, he's a dangerous player. He knows what he needs to do to put the puck in the net, and he's been doing that. And obviously, that's incredibly important to our team and our wins. And so, we just hope he keeps going, try to support him. But I mean, he's certainly in a groove right now.
Next up, we'll go to Terry Cochet, Toronto Sun. Go ahead, Terry.
Hey, Morgan. Excuse me. If you don't mind, just back to the COVID situation. With what's going on in the States and a lot of the teams having games postponed and that sort of thing, is it a daily reminder for you guys just to be as careful as possible, even if perhaps the risk of catching it in Canada isn't the risk that it is in the States?
I think so. Yeah, I think that as players, we have to be as careful as possible. And like I said, that there are protocols that have been put in place, and it's our job to live by those. I mean, we're very fortunate to have a chance to work right now and play hockey. And I think that the least we can do is be aware of the situation, be cautious, abide by the protocols, and do our part. I think, if you do anything other than that, that's not acceptable.
Well, they're a very hardworking team, very competitive team that's got some high-end talent that, if you make mistakes or you take penalties, they'll make you pay for it. I think, they've a team that's, searching for some consistency in their game, but from what we've seen and in their games of late, they're playing good hockey. They've had a tough schedule here, facing Montreal 5 times, and that's I think allowed them to opportunities to grow and find their way as a team. And it's a group that I watched them closely enough throughout last season's playoffs, and there's so many returning players that you're going to be in for a game every time you're up against them, and there's not much that's going to catch us off guard in that sense. We're prepared for them throughout this 3-game set here to make it very difficult, and we're going to have to be prepared.
After the game on Saturday night, Auston was asked about scoring goals of late. He said, yeah, he's feeling better. but he also felt like his line, there was some dips at times in games. He wants a little bit more consistency, more nonstop pressure. How have you assessed that line of late?
Yeah, I think that's accurate. The way Austin's describing it, I think there's been times, particularly in that last game in Edmonton on the trip there, I thought there were some really great sequences with Austin and Mitch really, working in the offensive zone in particular. And, Zach obviously has a role to play on that line, but I thought those other two were really moving well with and without the puck and making it hard on the opposition. We've got to get to that space more frequently, whether it's that line or us as a team. We've got to get, from our zone down to the offensive zone a lot quicker, a lot more efficiently, with a lot more speed and purpose. And if we do that, I think there's going to be a lot more opportunities for our best players to do what they do.